In this video, we are going to see how to use data collection points, travel times, and queue counters in Vissim. All these three tools are very important, especially if you want to calibrate and validate the model results. So we compare these model results with the field data that we have collected and estimate how well the model is representing the field values or the actual values. So it gives us an idea what is the relative accuracy of the model. So before we start, I will show you where are these objects located. They are right over here in network objects. Here, data collection points, travel times, and queue counters. So these are all three right next to each other in the same list. So before we use them, we have to have a link on which we can use these objects. So we will create a reasonably long link so that we are able to see some results on that link. So let me create a long link which is almost 1 kilometer. That is good enough. Let's make it 4 lanes, and we have to enter some volume, of course, so that we are able to see some results. So vehicle input, go to vehicle input and enter vehicle input by clicking Control and right click. And let's say we have 800 vehicles using this link. And now we have what we want to know is the data collection points results, how to use them. So simply just select data collection point here, and as you enter any object in Vissim model, you will zoom in a little bit, press Control, right click, and by the way, these data collection points or DCPs are per lane. So you can add multiple points in order to cover one lane completely, because you have most of the time more than one lanes. So if you want to compare a per lane data with the actual data, you can only use one point as well. But if you want to cover more than one lane, you will use a combination of data collection points. So let's say I want to use two data collection points. So I have one over here. I will create another one over here. Control, right click. So now you can see I have two data collection points here and here. So the next thing is, I want to, before we can get any data out of these data collection points, we have to make sure these are activated in the Vissim evaluation. So how to check that, we first of all go to evaluation tab. Right next to simulation we have evaluation tab. We go to evaluation, configuration, and make sure the data collection is selected. Otherwise the results of data collection might not appear because you have not selected them. So make sure data collection is selected and click OK. The next thing you want to do is again go back to evaluation, and this time you have to go to measurement definition. Evaluation, measurement definition, and in measurement definition you will go to data collection measurement. So this is important because we want to measure the results of data collection points. Data collection measurements. So once we have in data collection measurements here, don't be worried if you don't see anything. This is because we have to add the measurement ourselves. So to add a measurement, you can right click and add, or you can click this little plus button over here to add. So we will click it and add the points 1 and 2. You can add both of them together as the same point, or you can add both of them one by one. It's up to you. You can add them as a group or as separately if you want to compare the data separately. So I am just adding them together as a group 1 and 2. So make sure these two are selected. Now what we have to do to see the results is just to play the simulation, and we will get the results. But in this example I also want to show you travel time and queue counters. So let me create that as well, so that we only need to run the simulation once and get all the results at the same time. So let's say we want to create travel, and we want to see the travel time. So we selected travel times, and I want to see the travel time from this point starting to over here. So what I am trying to see, how much time it will take on average to reach from here to here. You can give it a name. The distance is 806 meters. Click OK. Now again, we have to go to evaluation, configuration, and this time we also have to make sure that the travel time is activated, which is in the end of the list. Travel time is activated, and for travel time, that is the only thing you need to make sure it's activated over here. So it's activated. Now the last thing is the queue counter. So for the queue counter, we need to have some sort of queues forming. So normally when we have a stop sign or a junction, a signalized crossing, then we have some queues forming. So in the queue counter will work on that scenario. So for the queue counter, we will create a small junction to see the queues. So before that, let's run the model and see the results for data collection and travel time. So I will just play the simulation and then let the model run, complete its one run. So you can also make sure you can also run it for more than one time. You can maybe run it 10 times and then take the average value, just to be more just to have more reliable results, more accurate results. You may want to run it 10-20 times and then taking the average value. So I'm just on this example running it one time. I'll play it quickly so the simulation runs quickly. By the way, if you want to run it more than one time, you have that option in simulation. So in simulation, if you go to simulation parameters, here you have the number of runs and the simulation time, 3600 seconds, which is 1 hour. 1 hour has 3600 seconds default. You can change it if you want. So here we have the number of runs. You can change the number of runs here. So I have only one, but you can change it like for 10, 20, and then take the average value. If you increase it for more than one, Vissim will also automatically in the results give you the average results. So now the simulation is over and we want to see the results. We will go to evaluation again and go to results list, and go to in the result list we have here travel time results. So I will click travel time results, and here you see we have the travel time measurement, total vehicles that is used in the measurement of travel time, and here we have the travel time 55.07 seconds. So that's how useful this tool is, the travel time measurement. The second thing, how to see the data collection point results. Go to evaluation, results list, data collection results, and here you have it. Now if you remember, I grouped both the data collection points as one, so it's combined them and giving me the one result for the both of them, and it's giving a lot of useful information. It gives you harmonic speed, arithmetic speed, and number of vehicles that it detected on these two lanes. So remember, we had 4 lanes and the total traffic was like around 800, but on these 2 lanes it has measured 415 vehicles. Now the queue counters. For the queue counter, let's make another link here, a simple junction. Let's say 1 by 1, one link here and one link here. So we will put a stop sign here because we want to see the queues. So we will put a stop sign here on this link. Distribution, So how much the time the vehicle will stop at the stop sign. So we will right click, add, click add, and we need to add time, which is one simulation 2030. So let's say we are selecting 20 plus minus 20. And remember, we have both cars and AGVs in the model, so we will add for both car and AGV. I'm not adding a stop here, I'm just adding one here just to show you guys how to use the queue counters. So we have put a stop sign, and now we will put vehicle inputs on both roads, one here and one here. So we have vehicle input. Now we give the input. Let's say we have 400 here and 200 over here. Counter here, and then where you want to determine the queue, you will put the queue counter over there. So I want to determine the queues right after this stop sign. So I will put the queue counter here, somewhere around here after the stop sign. So I have now put the queue counter. The next thing I have to do is go to evaluation and configuration and make sure here the queue counter is selected. This queue counter is selected. This is very important. Otherwise, if you don't check here, the Vissim will not evaluate that. So make sure queue counter is checked out. So click OK, and now play the simulation. No need to save it. And you see they are stopping because of the stop sign. Let's see the results. Go to evaluation, result list, and queue results here. And as you see here, we have a long queue forming here with then 205 meters with maximum of 230 meters. So that's how you can use Vissim to find data collection points, travel times, and queue results.